Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie or Draskia. I hope that everything has been wonderful and fantastic and superb since the last time that you saw me here on the video. If it is your, on the video, on the YouTube, if it is your very first time here, my goal is to bring you mental health awareness, mental health tools, help reduce mental health stigma, put all of the wonderful mindset skills in an easy, digestible manner that hopefully can improve your life. Today, we're going to discuss a topic that I feel can be very daunting. It can seem like a lot, and honestly, it can seem scary because it involves change. I would like to discuss how you can make long-term changes to your lifestyle that will positively affect your mental health in the long run. Before we get started though, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Elgato. They have been a wonderful supporter of the stream by helping us upgrade our lighting and sound. So the lighting that I use here on the videos, the camera that I use, the microphone that I use, even the green screen that I use during streams is all Elgato, and they have been so generous in their support. So if you would like to check out the products that I use, take a peek down below. If you would like to see what they have, there should be a link down there too. Okay, here we go. So the first and most obvious thing that I would suggest doing for your mental health is to practice mindfulness and meditation. I know I've talked about this in a past video about stress, and I do mention it a lot on my streams and on my Instagram and just generally across all of my everything. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools to help you change your thinking. I find a quiet place where I can be alone and I won't be disturbed. I try to sit comfortably, and at first I focus on my breathing, and that's it. I just breathe in and I breathe out, and I breathe in and I breathe out. And I do this a few times so that I can be present in my body, that I can be truly aware of where I am in the moment. And that act alone helps me not think about the past, not think about the present, but just be here for a moment, just in these few breaths. After that, I will do my best to continue the breathing exercise, the breathe in, the breathe out. But this time, instead of being hyper aware of myself, I try to take in all of the surroundings around me. So I try to take in all of the sounds, the birds, the wind, the dogs, the kids playing, all of it. And that does another important part of putting me present in the moment. A lot of anxiety and a lot of stress comes from not being here. It comes from living in the past or being concerned with the future. The third thing that I do when I focus on mindful meditation is I go over a positive affirmation a few times in my mind. So it can be something like, I am the reed that flows with the river, if you want to get a little fun. Or it is, I can handle this. And that's where I focus on for a few times. And that allows me to really ingrain that in my mind. If you aren't necessarily a person that likes to use affirmations, I do have some linked, so you'll be able to find them down below. I do post them to my Instagram broadcast channel regularly, and I do mention them on my other social channels, so be sure to check that out. You can also find other meditation resources here on YouTube. There are plenty of wonderful guided meditation things out there. Another thing that I try to do daily is exercise. It has nothing to do with your mental health, but it has everything to do with your mental health. Your physical health is so important. Being able to get up and move will help release those good hormones in your brain. It will help you feel productive. It'll help reduce cortisol levels. It encourages the release of certain endorphins. There are loads of things that you can do by just moving your body. My favorite thing recently was Pokemon Go. I've gotten back into it now that I live somewhere that is green and nice and I don't have to worry about dying of heat stroke. If you don't know, I moved from Arizona to Oregon and it's beautiful. But yeah, I picked up Pokemon Go. I also have a puppy that I walk regularly, so she gets to come along those with me. I tend to do about a 30-minute walk every other day if I can, even if it's just a 10-minute walk up and down my street. I find myself feeling so much better. To kind of harken it back to our very first sort of advice point, the practicing mindfulness and meditation, it's another way for you to be in the moment and to disconnect from those distractions like social media and the internet. I highly recommend that you find a way to exercise 30 minutes a day, whether it's a walk, whether it's playing Just Dance, whether it's walking on a treadmill while your favorite TV show is on, or whether it's something like intense, like really like inclined hiking, or that's what the was me remembering what the word incline is. Whether it's hiking or strength training or running or anything like that, find something to get your body moving. It will help so much. Maintaining a healthy diet seems obvious, and it seems like something that everyone tells you should do, and at times it's really hard to do. But it is incredibly, incredibly important for your body and your mental health. A balanced diet can impact your health more than you know. I was always really good about eating clean and not eating a lot of junk food, but I was really bad about candies and snacking and forgetting to eat because I'm ADHD. And so I would only eat like 600, 800 calories a day. And then the next day I would go ham and eat like 2 cheeseburgers and a bag of Chex Mix. And it was not great. Recently I've started a fitness journey, and part of that is the diet and exercise. Part of that, I guess just the diet part is what we're talking about. So I've started prioritizing eating protein and, well, that's it really, protein, and then just reaching my calorie goals. I am eating more than I ever have in my life. And I am not only losing weight because I'm prioritizing things like protein, but I am also sleeping better. I am healing. I am not as fatigued during the day. And I'm generally finding that my mental health is better. I feel like I have control of me and I have control of my food. Consuming plenty of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains are the obvious ones. Same thing as avoiding excessive sugars or processed food. That one can be a little bit harder, especially when there are so many processed foods and sugary beverages that are just at our fingertips. But I know you can do it. My favorite subject is also staying hydrated. It is crucial. It is absolutely crucial for you to stay hydrated. You're like a plant. You don't have to drink a giant jug like I do, but at least having like 4 or 5 glasses of water, just water, is good for you. We know that we're supposed to drink water. It's good for your organs, it's good for your brain, and it helps everything run smoothly, which overall will help your mental health. Getting enough sleep, again, seems like an obvious thing, but is something that we overlook. I personally have a hard time sticking to a bedtime, and I blame books. I will sit up and read I'll lose track of time and wind up reading until like 12 or 1 in the morning, and then I miss my 6 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning alarm as I'm yawning, thinking about sleep. But sleep is essential for your mental health. Your brain will get so fatigued and you'll get cloudy and foggy and snippety and just downright nasty if you don't get enough sleep. Think of like a baby. If a baby doesn't get enough sleep, it doesn't grow. So if you want your health to grow, you have to sleep more, okay? Aim for about 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. It seems daunting. It seems like a lot. Trust me, I know. I look at it and I'm like, why can't I just have like 5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, and then just do whatever I want during the day? But it's essential. It helps your brain clean itself. It sounds dumb, but there's like these little things that are released in your brain at night, and it cleans all of the like byproduct your brain produces. And if too much of that builds up, it's really bad for your mental health. Creating a nighttime routine is super, super important. It gets your body used to the wind down. So mine is I take a shower, I moisturize my flesh suit, and I drink some water. Maybe I'll have like a little protein bar or something. I have these really nice chocolate ones that are just like a chocolate bar. And I get cozy in bed and I read. That is my nighttime routine. And it helps me truly know that, I'm sitting down, I'm winding down. I don't have to be on my phone. There's no more work. There's no more nothing. It's just rest. Like I said, I am very bad though about putting my book down after a little while. So that is something that I have to work on myself. Avoiding any type of screen time too before bed is also super essential. I suggest putting down the phone about an hour to 2 hours before bed. Watching TV is fine. I don't think there's a problem with that. Obviously, don't fall asleep with the TV on. That can just mess with your sleep cycle. But try to stay off your phone. Try to stay off the doom scrolling at least. If you're playing like Candy Run Kingdom or puzzle games or Pokemon Go in bed, I think that's okay. Personally, I think that's okay. If you're reading webtoons or reading a digital book, I want to say that's okay. But that doom scrolling will just raise your cortisol levels and you'll just feel icky. Another easy thing to overlook is interacting with other people. So if you find yourself isolated and if you find yourself alone, either in person or online or in work, it can be really hard on your mental health. I am a huge supporter of online communities where if you have been around for a while, especially on my streams, you know that online communities have been a wonderful resource for me. I had my daughter at 18. I actually dropped out of high school to have her, and all of my high school friends, except for like 3, decided that they didn't want to hang out with, a mom and baby. And it was very hard for me. It impacted my mental health. But on the other side, I found a wonderful community on World of Warcraft and another community on Second Life, of all places. Both places supported me and my husband through having 3 children. They were there for me when I was sobbing about my daughter smearing paint or peanut butter all over her sister, or they would just be there for me at the 3 in the mornings when it was 6 or 7 in the morning their time, and I was up with a crying baby. So even now, we have a thriving online community through Instagram and Discord that are here to support each other and to uplift each other on the daily. I am very, very, very much a proponent of connecting with others online. Making an effort, though, to spend time with friends and family in real life is also an essential thing for your mental health. So if you do not have speaking terms with the family you were birthed into, I highly suggest finding a family that you choose. find yourself social groups or clubs that interest you. Pokemon Go, again, I'm going to talk about it, has an online feature called Campfire that allows you to connect with people in your area, that you can do raids and Pokemon walks and all of these other things. I think it's wonderful. If you enjoy bowling or playing video games, I talk about video games a lot because it's sort of my thing, or even painting or hiking or soccer or sports or even Magic the Gathering in person. That's a card game that I might also play, or even book clubs. These are wonderful ways to start interacting with people. You don't have to become best friends with them, but it does help to get out there and to socialize. If you do truly feel like you have no other method or way of connecting with another human being, I would suggest a therapist or a counselor that you can connect with, and they can help you. They can help you find groups that might fit you a little bit better. It is perfectly okay to ask for help, whether it's your online communities or whether it is your family and friends, whether it is your chosen family or the family that you're birthed into. It is perfectly okay to lean on others. I very much encourage it. If you are looking for an online community, I highly suggest our Discord, discord.gg/Draskia. We have a thriving wonderful group of people. So please, we would very much love to see you there. If you are finding these first 5 tips and pieces of advice valuable, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It helps us reach more people that need to hear these things, that would benefit from hearing these things. If you also feel like someone that you know needs to hear this, please send it to them. I'm very thankful for seeing new names and new faces pop up in the comments here or on Instagram, on Twitch, or in Discord. Setting realistic goals is essential for your mental health. If we are not progressing forward, then we are stagnant. I play a game called Elden Ring. It is a Souls-like game, and there is a common theme in most Souls-like games of stagnant water is dangerous. Stagnant, still water is unhealthy. I believe that it comes from Shintoism. I'm probably messing that up. I did not look it up before, so we're pulling from my nerdy FromSoft lore. But I believe it comes from that because the belief that still water is unhealthy. I mean, you can look at it out in the regular world. That's where mosquitoes grow. That's where you get like those little brain-eating larva things. And still water is not necessarily good. And that applies for you too. A person at rest is a person not improving. If you don't exercise, then you wind up, your body will wind up just going. If you are not growing, you are not moving forward and you are not progressing. So realistic goals are the most healthy thing. Now, you can have a goal to lose 100 pounds, and that 100 pounds can look horribly daunting. But if you break it down into 5 pounds, I want to lose 5 pounds. Okay, cool. That's something that we can achieve. That's one that we can set and identify and work towards in much easier bite-sized pieces. Achieving these goals in those bite-sized pieces can help you feel a sense of purpose and self-gratitude and accomplishment that you might have been missing in the past. One of the things that I do is I set my house cleaning into each individual room. So on Monday, I'll do the kitchen. On Tuesday, I'll do the bathrooms. On Wednesday, I'll do the living room, yada, yada, yada. And instead of feeling disappointed that I didn't get everything done in a day, I feel accomplished that I was like, okay, cool, I got the bathroom done. But I'm not going to be stressed if I didn't get the bedroom done because it's not bedroom goal, it's bathroom goal. I hope that makes sense. As you accomplish your goals, you can set more challenging ones. I know I talked about losing weight. If you have a goal of walking for 30 minutes, right? And then that goal starts becoming easier and easier. And now you're like, oh, I need a challenge. You can set a goal for running for 30 minutes. And then later you can set a goal for maybe running a mile. And then after that, you can set a goal for progressively different things, like running a 5K, or what's the other thing called, like a strongman? That would be fun. But yeah, start with realistic goals and then improve them and move them on, to whatever you think. Scale them. That's what I'm looking for. Scale them for however you feel is appropriate. I very, very, very much stand on the fact that it will improve your confidence and your motivation. Taking time to appreciate the positive aspects of your life will vitally improve your mental health. Positive mindset and a positive outlook is not a cure-all for mental health issues, but it is a tool that you can use to keep yourself in an appreciative, self-gratitude, focused mindset on the daily. I prefer to, at the end of the day, go over all of the good things that have happened. Even if I just laid in bed all day and watched TV and ate snacks, the good things that happened for me would be I got through like 100 episodes of One Piece and I got to eat my favorite snacks. The opposite of that, looking at that in a negative light, would be I got nothing done that day and I'm going to get fat over eating my favorite snacks. So there's two sides to it. You have to choose to practice gratitude and to view things in a positive light. It is a simple practice that can help you truly shift your focus from what's wrong in your life to what's right in your life. Now, the last piece of advice that I technically should give you is to limit screen time. But as I've said before, I'm a big proponent of technology and I'm a huge supporter of using the tools that are given to us to the best of their abilities. So while technology has its benefits, too much screen time can negatively impact your mental health. Not necessarily because you're looking at your phone or you're on a computer or you're watching TV, but I feel that it's more what you consume. So try to refine your media that you consume from being negative, doom scrolling, watching Karens fight people, to something positive and constructive, like maybe positive news or interacting with positive communities or watching videos about a hobby that you want to do and you want to learn. I do suggest taking some time away from your phone, but I find that for me, that is my outdoors, my reading, my art, being outside and spending time with other people. There are activities that you can do that will benefit you, but I don't think that cutting out screen time is necessarily 100% beneficial. Don't let it cut down on screen time. Don't cut out screen time. I hope that makes sense. And there you have it. Those are 8 effective ways to make changes in your life that will improve your mental health. I really hope that this helps you. I really hope that you can benefit from these tips. Taking care of your mental health and your mental well-being is just as important as taking care of your physical health. If you do not take care of both, then I find that you will be lacking in both. So if you prioritize your physical health but not your mental health might start lacking. If you prioritize your mental health but not your physical health, eventually that will affect you. So these 8 lifestyle changes should help you find a little bit more balance in your life. If you have found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I would love to take a minute to thank our supporters across all platforms as well as our sponsor of the day, Elgato. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Oh, and don't forget to follow on Instagram and all the other social platforms. The links will be down below.